How about
All
that?
right.
Hey,
That's great, buddy. But I do not think we are on live.
Okay.
I think that
I
we have
see
a
something in the
Yeah,
top of my
somebody
corner
mentioned
that says
it.
live with
Yeah,
like 30
somebody
seconds.
says
Big
hello.
user just popped. So
yeah, but I don't see
somebody
anybody
was
live.
here.
Chris Thornsberry.
We're live.
Are we there? Can you see
Yeah.
us?
Yep.
All right, there you go. That's weird. There was like a little delay on that.
There is usually.
That is very weird.
okay.
Gotcha.
How you guys doing?
Hello, everybody.
All right,
Hello.
good deal. So we're back again. It is the second week of celebrating the release of this Hasbro Joe set, and of course, as you know, what was it, Frank? July 22nd of last summer, Mego released the first collaboration with them and Hasbro Pulse, and last week before, they started trickling in. Frank, why don't you tell us about them?
Yeah, I think it was July 22nd of last year is when we did the live to announce the collaboration, and I think the links went live at that point, and then just to show you the figs there, getting some feedback, but yeah, and they started shipping I think a couple weeks ago to people, and people are getting them in hand and checking them out and enjoying them, which is really cool to see. And you got Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow there. If you guys haven't seen them yet, get a little bit closer. They see some of the details on these bad boys.
And Frank, these are on the new bandless bodies, correct?
They are. They're on the new bodies. The new bandless bodies. What is it, Paul? 24 points of articulation?
26.
26. There it is.
It is 26. Okay.
We counted.
26. Well, there you go.
More than once.
26 points of articulation. And
So
I mean,
how about that?
you can really put these bad boys in any position you could think of. I mean, I've seen some pictures of some people, putting in some crazy cool poses, doing different stuff with like the, reenacting the scenes out of the Joe comic and things like that. So, but very cool. And, and I'll probably say this more than once, but these bad boys are still available on Hasbro Pulse right now. If you haven't got a set yet, go grab them. They're still available.
Nice. Frank, let's go around the room here because I realized we didn't introduce anybody. This week, we're fortunate enough to have the man, Dr. Mego, Paul Clark. He's
doctor's in the
guy, top center. Below him is Mego Museum, Plaid Stallions, Knockoff
Toy
King.
Ventures.
There's his books. Brian Heiler.
Brian.
Hi.
Knockoffs. To the left of Brian is Big Kev.
Kevin.
He's in here. He's in here with just a smile, no speech. And above him is Miss Roberta. How you doing, Roberta?
Doing great.
Hey,
How
Roberta.
you been?
I've been doing good.
Good.
So what do you? Let's ask Roberta. How do you think about this show? So what do you think?
On the Mego GI Joes.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think
Yeah,
about this?
I've got mine. And anyone who's seen me when I'm on here, I don't take these things out of the box. I'm sorry. I like it to be nice and pristine, which this box is great for it because the artwork is just great on it. But if I want to show the figures, I just slide the sleeve off of it. So yes, I can enjoy it when I want to, everything, but I can enjoy it just even with the sleeve on top of it. I've been looking at all the videos that people have been doing, which are great and everything, showing the articulation. Mego's just knocked it out of the park on this. Just really love it.
Very cool.
I agree.
Thank you.
Very cool.
So Paul,
Yes.
why don't you go ahead and give your 2 cents about this whole thing? We haven't even heard it yet.
Oh, well. I actually was out of toys in 1977. My mother made me give away all my Megos.
Oh, that hurts.
So when Real American Hero G.I. Joe came out in 81, 82?
82. Yep.
82. I was already dating my wife and reading comic books. And I remember seeing the comic book on the stands, the Marvel comic. But toys, when I saw Star Wars come out as these little tiny, barely posable, barely movable with a lightsaber coming out of his arm, I'm like, this is wrong. This is not what toys should be.
Mm-hmm.
So I really didn't hang around the toy aisle. So Real American Hero didn't interest me as a series, as a comic book, or as a toy. So when we, were tasked by Hasbro to do this, I knew Frank was a huge fan of it. So I said, well, Frank, this is your bailiwick. This is your wheelhouse. So, you work with Tyler and get it. I'll take Ghostbusters because I know that, But, so, I mean, of course, you go and immerse yourself in the characters and you get up to speed and all the details. But if you're not really into it, you just, you're just kind of pushing the wheel, pushing the rock further up the hill. And it's better if you can go to somebody and say, this is your thing. Go for it, And Frank did a great job.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, yes, he did.
They both were really into it.
And
that's
thanks to Tyler too. Tyler, believe me, Tyler made it happen too.
Doing this stuff is you have to have a passion for it.
Sure.
The old toys, they didn't care. These guys they got some images from a licensor and they put out some stuff for kids. Now we are selling to ourselves. And everybody's a fan, and they're all into the details, and it's important to get the details right.
And this has a lore now too, like people know the history of each character. I don't,
Right. Yeah.
Joe's definitely got a lot going on there.
Yeah, and it's be crazy for me to try to, with everything else we had going on.
Yeah.
To try to go, no, I have to control this. I have to, give it to somebody who knows it,
Yeah, that was definitely a good move because I think between Frank and Tyler, who were both huge Real American Hero Joe fans, and they did know every detail, and that was important. And it's hard, it's just like Mego in the 70s, especially I think of Brian did a video that I watched last week, which I thought was very good about the second set of the Star Trek Aliens that came out, and these guys they were just they were like fishing in there wasn't no details to be had because we were, number one, we were kids, we didn't care, and as Brian said, Brian, what was your theories? Go over some of the things that you said because I thought
the first thing was the licensor handed Mego the property from Star Trek, I think for $5,000. Yep. And I think Marty told me,
wow,
the guy who ran the licensing for Star Trek went, do whatever the hell you want. Right. Like that was something he said. So there was no like, oh no, the Romulans outfit isn't right. There was nobody doing that. Nobody cared. Far cry from today, but
bear in mind, there were no, it didn't have episodes available on DVD, on the internet. If you stumbled upon the episode with the Mugatu, you had to kind of like make notes, and go, gee, when I go to work tomorrow, I gotta make sure we get this.
Yeah, but this is great.
Ken Scheller told me when he was sculpting Mego figures, his resource he would watch the show with a Polaroid camera and photograph the actors.
Right.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, I think this Mugatu is probably the best example of screen accurate there is.
But that thing has such. I mean,
no, I love it. I love
it's
it.
The vibe, the 70s vibe, and it's just like.
It took me 30 years to realize that the little fringe at the end of the sleeve
was supposed to be his fur.
Fur, right. Yeah.
I actually went into and bought fringe for curtains.
Okay.
And cut that, and was like, why did they put like fringe on the end of his shirt?
Yeah.
And then one day I realized, oh, wait a minute, it's supposed to be fur.
Yeah.
And that's when it hit me, the Cornelius and Zaius.
Yep, exactly.
Fur cuffs.
The cuffs, yep.
I thought it was just accessorizing.
Yeah.
I thought they would just, I didn't realize they were supposed to be their own fur poking out from the shirt.
It doesn't quite work, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
It doesn't.
It's still it's got that whole 70s Mego vibe to it, man.
Oh,
it's
just
it's
why we're here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely.
and I had to send it to a factory and go, "You got to do this again."
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the fur for? It's got to be there. Just do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you did an excellent job with the MC.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. And how about the Mego ones I just did?
Yeah.
I get nothing.
Yeah, right.
How come you didn't do the bodies in the right color?
I didn't know we had. Oh, you're talking about apes. I'm talking about Mugatu. I was like, ooh, I didn't know we were getting Mugatu, but you met the apes. Okay.
Surprise reveal.
Right? Yeah, that's not the reveal.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
No, actually, but okay. I will say something about the apes. Paul, you're killing it, man, and I'm glad. We've got Mutant Leader. We've got Caesar. We've got a real soldier ape.
Yep.
I mean, please keep. I mean, I want to see what? Not Lucius. Well, Lucius. I don't care. Lucius. Paul Williams ape. You got to have that.
We can go on. I mean, Aldo. Come on, Frank from Conquest.
Aldo. Yep.
Yeah, Frank from Conquest would be a good one.
Yeah.
The problem is, I love apes.
I'll buy them all.
Well, it's yeah. You want to take 10,000? Because that's what's frustrating is a lot of companies get into ape licensing because we're like, oh, this is great, and then like NECA did a couple and then stopped.
Yep.
And you go, so where's all these ape guys? And I warned them. I said, we did them with MC Toys. It's Diamond Select. It's the ape fans are vocal and passionate,
right? But
they're limited. And I know these guys would be like, oh no, we're huge. No, you're not. The Star Trek.
If you are, you're not buying them.
Well, now for like a whole generation, they for Planet of the Apes, they think of like the Andy Serkis movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They think the
that
CGI apes.
Yeah. That also has to do with it. You go, oh, well, that's the old stuff. How about why aren't you doing the new guys?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there interest in that, or
I don't think those sold at all either because of because they're just not really interesting action figures. They are basically just apes.
So the real trick is going to be wave 15.
Yeah,
that's when you can buy as many mutants, Brents, Taylors as you like.
I'm going to
0.
and if they do well, I have an argument, to be able to push more, The best is when retailers say, oh yeah, I want apes.
Yeah.
But that's hardly a marketing strategy. Hope the retailer's a fan.
Yeah, there you go.
Hope springs eternal.
Someone who grew up with Mego, right? There you go.
Paul, I got a question for you that I feel that I can ask you more so than that we can ask you. How about that?
You cannot date my daughter. You cannot date my daughter.
Well, there goes that. So instead, how about this? What about with all these, like, people are asking for Nova, people are asking for like Yeoman Rand and stuff like that. Is there any, or Catwoman and all that? And when we know that soon enough you guys are going to have a new female body, is there any is there any like holdback waiting for that body to come before releasing what I would consider like important female figures?
Of course.
Okay, that's
we purposely
okay.
Wave 15 figures and the tops figures try to stay away from. I know I get called a misogynist,
Yeah.
But I hate women. That's why we don't have more female characters.
Absolutely not.
I'd like to have a better body to put them on,
Right.
Just stands to reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, we did a male, doing the male body. It was like, well, obviously we need to redo the female,
Yep.
You can't keep putting out the same, like I said, same reason. Our customers are not 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
I mean, quite frankly, Mego did what? 5, 6 female characters in World's Greatest Superheroes, and another 2 in Apes and Star Trek.
Yep.
So, they knew they were selling to boys.
Yeah.
I mean, my mother would not buy me in Uhura because she was afraid I was going to take her clothes off. So, about 20 years later, I had naked, headless female bodies delivered to my parents' house by FedEx from the factory. When I tooled the female body in China, I sent it to my parents' house because they were home all day.
Mom.
And your father was like,
Mom, look, you wouldn't let me you wouldn't buy me a girl dolls. Now I make them.
Yeah.
I make them in China, and they all come naked. I guess she was afraid I was going to see small plastic breasts and freak out.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh Lord.
God.
Damn it.
That's exciting though, Paul. We're looking forward to some of those characters that may be being held back. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I need my Catwoman.
There you go.
Yep. Absolutely. And that version too.
When we were doing the 14-inch females, I was working on Catwoman.
Nice.
We were moving ahead, and then the factory went out of business.
Oh.
Not from anything we were doing. They had their own problems, and that was really a shame because we had to go back and figure out if we really should be in the 14-inch, and is it worth redoing? And and you see, I mean, it's been well received.
Yeah, it flew off the shelves here.
Yeah.
So speaking of it, has there been any talk on trying to hit any other size ranges of figures?
I can't give out any information.
I guess you can't. Why did I even ask that? I'm sorry.
I know nothing. I see nothing.
I was just trying to
given permission to leak tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And one thing, and that's it.
Well, hey, look, I saw a couple people mentioning these again. I'm just going to hold them up again. Let you guys see these bad boys. Hasbro Pulse.
No, I was
there you
playing
go.
with them today, and I was like, man, this came out great.
They did.
I'm not even into the guys, and I think they came out great.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be a Joe fan to get these.
How long have we wanted ninjas?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
That's a crossover.
Yeah,
you don't have to be into Joe. You got ninjas.
And looking at this thing, I mean, if you guys have ever seen 1984 Enter the Ninja, Sho Kazuki and Franco Nero, it was huge back in the 80s.
If you read them,
and it's very 80s. Like, here's an 80s ninja, and that's on an LJN body.
Right.
Nice. That's right. That's
Daredevils.
What's that, Paul?
Frank Miller put ninjas into comics.
Yep, absolutely.
Frank Miller did Daredevil in the 80s, and it was all ninjas all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was huge. It was the whole ninja craze. And that's why Hasbro tapped into it too.
Yeah, Canon Films. My favorite's Ninja 3: The Domination.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Ninja 3. This time it's personal.
Oh, it's something.
It's something. Yeah, for sure. But again, I saw. I've seen a lot of people posting pictures and things like that with the posability on these bad boys. I mean, it's like, the new body is just something else.
You know what, Frank? It's like everything. All of a sudden, one day, Hasbro's going to put up a thing saying "sold out."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we're going to be like, "Wait! I want to get them."
Yep.
And I go through this all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, guys contact me. Hey, remember 10 years ago you made those Star Trek, the Star Trek Andorians? Yeah. Do you have any?
Yeah.
No, I sold out of them. What?
$30.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got nothing left.
Yep. For sure.
Need to have a factory in the U.S. George.
Yeah. Okay.
Merrick says.
Okay. The last toy factory in the U.S. was Richard Marx. Was it not Richard Marx?
Richard Marx.
Was the Marx Toy Company.
Louis Marx Company. Yep.
Yeah.
See, I start drinking.
Best of the
Marx
West.
Toy Company. I forget what the man's first name was, but
Louis
Marx.
Marx.
Yep. His brother. Yeah. Karl Marx's brother. He, OSHA came along in the 70s and said, oh, by the way, PVC, polyvinyl
Polyvinyl
chloride, is
Yeah.
a toxic gas. And you can't be doing that. And toys use PVC all the time.
Yeah.
Every Mego head is PVC.
You know, a funny story. There was a Marx factory in Toronto, and I knew a guy that grew up next to it. And he said, he's a collector of Johnny West and all that stuff now. And he said they used to go through the dumpster.
Oh, wow.
And one day in the dumpster was a 6 foot tall Johnny West.
What?
Like they had obviously made it for Toy Fair or something.
Yeah.
And he said, so what do you think me and my friends did with it? And I'm like, I don't want to know. He's like, oh, we put it on the train tracks. And we watched the train run it over. And he said,
if I can't have you, no one will.
Yeah. Well, no, he said to me, like, it haunts me to think what that thing is worth or was worth, you know, like.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh.
That would have been something to behold.
Wow.
I think you were going to say he married it.
No.
Hello, darling.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Hey,
Frank.
Yeah, what's up, Scott?
I was going to ask you. So you've been getting some good responses from Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, huge, man. Yeah, I mean,
like Zach Wilde and stuff like that. How do you think if you had to do like a check and balance? How do you think these are? I mean, you know, just going over, you know, with the big picture across the board.
I mean, I can tell you, I'm really happy the way that they've been received, and it seems like even folks who aren't really true G.I. Joe Real American Hero characters are picking them up and liking them, enjoying them just for, you know, the cool factor of the figures themselves, not necessarily even the characters. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool to see. It kind of transcends, you know, not even being familiar with G.I. Joe, but just resonating with like Mego action figure, you know, people. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool to see.
I find it hard that people wouldn't be familiar with those characters. They were so dominant, you know.
Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
Yeah. Like I of course knew Snake Eyes was. I had the first wave of Real American Hero, but I opted out of that after because I was getting too old. But I stayed on the comic for years, so you know I know who Storm Shadow is. You know,
see, I thought Storm Shadow was the good guy.
Okay,
because he's in white.
Right. Like a little.
They subverted your expectations.
Yeah, I mean that's what I had to say to Frank. Oh my God, nothing makes sense. This is a nightmare.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I knew
Darth thing, you know, Darth Vader, you know, black was in black.
Yeah, they totally switched that up. Yep.
I knew Storm Shadow was a bad guy as of about 1 minute ago when Paul said it. Because
spoilers.
Yeah,
there's a whole story arc where they're blood brothers and they come up together, and you know one double crosses the other. You know what I mean? So
nerds.
Pretty cool mythos.
Is it like wrestling where they switched over and then he was a good guy at one point and then
later on there's a little bit of wrestling going on, you know. Storm Shadow he switches back over later on. Yeah.
Doesn't that happen in the movie? I can't.
In the movie,
it happened.
I think was it the second movie? I think it was.
Yeah, I think the bad guy starts off as a good guy.
It happened in the comic about 87, 88. So
I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I can't remember when I left that comic, but it was it was like Hama wrote. He wrote above you, not he didn't pander to you, you know.
Yeah.
I can honestly remember being disappointed in the cartoon because it wasn't as good as the comic.
No, nowhere near. I mean, I watched the cartoon too, but that really was just a 30-minute commercial for the toys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That super loud Marvel production music.
Yeah, exactly.
Like da-na-na-na-na-na, like just
exactly. Yeah. But the comic
the little kid was sitting there going, you know, he was in his moment, you know.
They knew what they were doing. Yep.
You know, when the Super Friends theme comes on my MP3 player, I'm like, dun dun dun.
It's my ringtone.
In my pajamas.
Still to this day. Yep. Absolutely.
Did you have I got a jump topic here real quick, just go because you mentioned Super Friends. Did you guys did everybody have the little dune buggy where I think Batman was driving and Superman,
No,
Robin
Aquaman's
was
driving.
standing it, or Aquaman's driving?
Yeah, I actually have.
Yeah.
I have one of those.
That was a not, the dune buggy was just a dune buggy, right?
Yeah,
But
it's
it has the Super
branded.
Friends.
that's an
It
HI piece.
carried the Super Friends.
Yeah,
really.
So that's one of the things that got me into all this because because first thing I try to do is rip them off of the so I can play with them. Of course, that didn't work out too well.
So there was a toy.
Yes, it's a dune buggy.
that had
Aquaman. Aquaman's driving.
No, they're just little statue figures.
Okay.
Would be not articulated.
Yes.
Yeah.
The tech.
And they're really not articulated because they're glued to the.
I
dune
get
buggy.
it. Yeah, you weren't supposed to take them off.
Who made that? Do you guys recall who
HI.
made HI? There you go.
Yeah. They did Spider-Man as well, but there's just Spider-Man. But yeah, that's one. That's really rare.
Spider-Man didn't have many friends.
Aquaman driving a dune buggy. That's so cool.
Aquaman driving is the weirdest thing about it.
Isn't
the
it?
one guy who probably doesn't know how to drive a car.
What? He can't. What? 16-year-old Arthur Curry couldn't go take driver ed? He doesn't have to live in the water.
Yeah.
Just once an hour, he has to get back there.
Somebody took the Batman out of mine.
Right?
I'm forever seeking that Batman figurine.
So, just as I thought, we have a lurker in the audience, and I'm trying to find him. Where's our lurker at?
I don't know why.
Our lurker is obviously you're gonna have to put your name in your comments, lurker.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you tell it's me? No, because
yeah, right.
As a matter of fact,
Yeah. There you go.
Wait. Now, okay, so now somebody else is.
Look, they're calling him out. He's probably commenting or something.
Yeah, but now I don't know which one is him. Oh boy, so everybody's gonna be
I think
Joel.
that's the point. He wanted to come in quietly.
Pull the real.
And not have it made a big
Pull
deal.
the real, Joe, please.
Oh gosh, that's great, Paul.
Oh. Well, I didn't see. That's what happens when you read halfway through a sentence.
It's about midway. Do you want to get on
the
with
reveal?
This announcement? Reveal?
Oh wait, but is there? That's right. We forgot to tell you in the beginning of the this episode that there will be a reveal tonight for all those who might be interested in the reveal. But I think Paul's the one that's going to tell the reveal. I think before Paul tells the reveal, don't we have a little PSA, Paul, that we want to show everybody?
Yeah, go ahead. What the heck?
Okay, and without further ado,
there you go.
Here comes our PSA. Everybody pay attention to the monitors.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Going. I'm like, all right, okay. So I get to say this.
Put him
We're
on fucking
doing
Scott.
World's Greatest Superheroes 50th anniversary boxed. Okay, the same artwork, the same figures. Now, what you saw in there was the originals and the prototypes that we're showing this weekend or next week in London at a major toy show. They're going to be available all over the place, and it's going to be we're retooling the cowl, all the heads. The tooling from when I did it in Dr. Mego days was lost, so I sent to China the original heads and the original cowl and the boots and outfits, and we are going to get this as close as humanly possible to the original figures. Now, obviously, I'm sure you guys looking at these can pick up the difference between the vintage and the new. Now, I sent an original Robin box to China so they can get the Robin box color right. Most of the other colors are pretty, Superman's a fluorescent yellow, Batman's fluorescent pink,
Right.
Aquaman's a light blue, No, sorry, Shazam's a light blue.
Yep. Shazam.
But Robin is one to definitely has to get nailed.
Yeah.
So it'll be removable mask Robin, removable mask Batman, Superman, Aquaman, and others to come.
Others to come.
But
love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So this 1972 October, Marty put the first 4 figures in Corvettes in Manhattan as a test. The figures actually went in, was shown at Toy Fair of 73, but they first went on sale in October of 72 in New York City. So 1972, now it's 2022, is the 50th anniversary of World's Greatest Superheroes. And that'll be going all year.
Wow.
Any questions?
That's fantastic, man. That's all. I love the box artwork, Paul. And I mean,
it's taken phenomenal from the original.
Okay.
Years ago, I had a friend of mine scan in all the original Mego boxes and clean up all the artwork and put them out as 300 DPI. 300 DPI is the size of a door. You can print them to the size of a standard door. So it's high res. They're cleaned up. We have to put a UPC code on there and a warning, but it's going on the bottom flap. And on the front, there'll be a sticker that says 50th anniversary World's Greatest Superheroes.
Nice.
Okay. I didn't get in when I shot those boxes, I didn't have the sticker on there.
Okay.
So it's really cool. We sent it to Warner Brothers and said, we want this artwork. And they go, well, we don't really I said, we're Mego. We made this artwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Nobody else can use this because they're not Mego. I said, we're the only ones because it was Mego artists who light boxed what DC gave them to make this. So, once somebody redraws it,
gotcha. It
no longer is the image that we all, thanks to the Mego Museum, we all know where these images come from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of Chris Franklin, actually.
Hey man, that is great material to be able to say to the licensor, this is where this image came from.
Yeah,
right.
This is Flash.
We still, the picture of Flash became Aquaman.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What kills me is that we've never been able to nail down where Superman came from.
No, it drives me crazy.
Carmen Infantino, the former publisher of DC, I showed it to him at a New York show one time, and he said, "That's a Kurt Swan."
Wow.
And he says, "But somebody redid the hand. I don't know what happened. That pinky is crazy." I go, "That was a Mego artist trying to make packaging."
Yeah.
So what they
it was
would do
actually
is,
Neil Coupland's old teacher.
who?
Mike Jermikian. Mike Jermikian created those boxes. He was actually Stan Weston's right-hand guy.
Is he dead?
Yeah. He created Thundercats too.
Not that I want dead. I just need to know, is there somebody we can reach out to and talk to, or is it?
Oh, he's long passed away.
Or do I have to have a seance?
Yes. Yeah. But he drew them for Mego.
Right.
Because Licensing Corp of America was, obviously very interested in Mego's success with the world's greatest superheroes.
Yes. But so, the licensor would give you frequently black and white artwork.
Yeah.
From a cover. Covers worked great because they were large enough. And you would then, light box it larger or smaller, you project it to then have to redraw. There was no computers back then. There was no Photoshop. There was no Illustrator.
Hey, forgive me, Paul, if you mentioned this through your thing. I was trying to take care of some stuff on the side. Is Aquaman in the?
Yes, Aquaman was the first four. Was Superman, Batman, Robin, and Aquaman. I did not have an Aquaman reproduction to put into the pictures.
But he is one that's coming as well.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Very cool.
And a few others.
You could go so deep into that line. I mean, even with characters that Mego didn't do in the past. I mean, it's just sky's the limit, man.
You think?
So the question.
Yes.
So the question I got. I have a question.
Can you do those four and package them the way they were packaged when they first went to Corvettes? Now, I'm not talking about the lopsided 10 Supermans, 8 Batmans, and, short the Robin, but can you pack them in a
You mean like in the display box?
And for the stores.
Yes, but retailers really don't work that way anymore. I mean, making a cardboard box wouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
It's a matter of as a point of purchase. I don't know many retailers that they prefer hang tags.
Right.
The box is fine. They love the box, but they want a hang tag.
Makes sense.
Because it's a peg world.
Gotcha.
Can you do? You can do that little clear thing that you guys.
On the monster box figures. Yep.
Yeah, have you used in the past? So I got a question. Will, if you guys, I know these are going to be as close to the originals as you could possibly get. Will they have? I know this is a weird question. Will they have the oven mitts?
Yes.
Will they have an alternative?
No, we're going oven mitts.
Okay, you're going straight oven mitts.
Now I've already made oven mitts recently. I mean, I sell oven mitts every day on Dr. Mego.
Right.
I don't like oven mitts as a style choice.
Right.
But when we're doing it, it will be oven mitts because it'll be Robin's goofy removable mask.
Yeah.
And we have, but it's going to be the new bodies. We're not going to try to do type 1s, and I don't know about nylon shorts because I think that's problematic.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Sewing nylon shorts is a pain in the neck, but I have to admit, I none of the samples I sent were nylon shorts.
Gotcha.
And I can't see stirrups or skinny boots, because
all the things they phased out because they were impractical for production.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But it's got to be a removable man's Batman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was just the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, but that wasn't a production issue. That was a theft issue.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's window boxes, not solid boxes.
Okay.
Okay.
For the same reason, it's because you got to show the product.
Yeah.
But
where is it going to be available?
Yeah.
I see a lot of people asking about that.
They are going to be available everywhere.
So your Targets and Walmarts and
I
Myers and
can't
everybody.
comment on who exactly, but everybody we have shown this to is on fire about it.
That's
Love
great.
it. Love it.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yep.
And I said, it's as of Monday, it's going to be in the London show. So all over the world will be coming and seeing.
Yeah.
You know?
Very cool.
And the 50th anniversary thing is just getting started.
I like the sound of
Because
that.
we have now hit the magic time of 50 years for everything Mego did.
So just for some of the people, there's a couple of people in the chat that seem to be confused, which I don't understand. But the reason why Mego is doing this because it's the 50th anniversary of when these things came out. So it's a nostalgia thing. It's an anniversary thing.
Absolutely.
It's something that 90% of all Mego people are going to embrace. So for those out there that are a little confused, maybe that'll help.
And even better, for people who don't have the originals.
Yeah. Yep.
Who've
There you
seen
go.
these and said, I mean, listen, I brought in a removable mask Batman in the box to the office, and I gave it to Marty, and he was like, well, how much is this worth? I said, $1,000. And he went, well, I'm going to take it home. I go, well, you should. There's nobody else it should be in the home of.
Yeah, right.
He didn't, but
yeah.
But that's that figure went off to China.
Very cool.
That's how I did the Romulan and the Andorian. I had to send an original off to the factory. If you want to get looking like the original, you have to give them the original.
Yeah.
I'd have sweat beads on coming down the head when to come home. Oh my God.
Very cool.
So that's
it's
and by the way, there's a lot of things going on.
Yep.
Now back to I can't talk about that. But
yeah, right.
The world's greatest superheroes is not just some figures in a box.
Yeah.
It's an important designation. So
it is. It absolutely is. It's it just that into itself. Whenever you hear that, you know Mego. It's it's Mego.
I mean, what I did on the front, because the box, the 6 heads on the was Tarzan and Captain America.
Right.
At very least Tarzan, even on the DC boxes. So I took the Superman, Batman, and Robin from the 12-inch.
Yeah.
To have both the superheroes and have it just be DC,
Yeah. Gotcha.
Paul, look at the comment on the screen.
Yeah. No, you're not getting a figure of me. Forget it. Yeah.
But it's a shirt saying you can't talk about it. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm really thrilled to not be able to talk about things. Because that means things are going on.
Yeah, there you go. For sure.
That's a very good point.
And I think's like really, really cool when you think about it. It's like I'm psyched for the figures that you showed and you talked about, but even more just thinking it through what the possibilities are for the world's greatest superheroes line going forward. I mean,
yes, because we've already had talks about, hey, you know what you guys should do?
Yep.
A really major retailer, what would you like?
Exactly. Right.
I'm listening. Yeah.
When the buyer calls over his assistant, goes, "You got to look at this."
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And the assistant is like, "Oh yeah, this is really cool." I'm like, "That's the moment."
Yep.
So.
For sure, it's really cool.
Well, that's wonderful news.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna be cool to see in a store.
It is.
It's gonna be fun. Dating myself.
Yeah.
1972 kindergarten. The removable cow Batman was brought to school for show and tell, and that's how far back I date myself. So yeah, it's going to be awesome to see.
Your child. I was in the 3rd grade.
My first.
I was a star that day. I was a star.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say somebody took your cowl.
I don't actually remember they were always there because when they came out, I was like 2. So
I remember the store I went into. It's now a bank. My brother wanted Robin because we always played Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess I better get Batman. But Superman was there. And he looked so cool.
Yeah.
That yellow box. And I'm like, oh, man. So I was like, all right, I'll get Batman. I got home that night. I'm staring at the galleries on the side going, I should have gotten Superman. That creates
Did you ever?
Right.
Either the next day or the next week, I pestered my mother till she went, fine, we'll go get Superman. Just shut up.
The store that I picked mine up at is still there. It was
really
it was in a Macy's.
Okay.
It was in a Macy's over here in Parkchester. It's still there. It's a lot smaller than it was because it took up 4 Bronx blocks. It's probably 2 Bronx blocks now.
Right.
But I remember going through Macy's. I can remember the path. We walked through the toy section, and the case of the solid box figures on the top of they used to have like these little white blocks. They would I guess you would call it now an end cap, but it was just a white block in like the middle of the store, and these superheroes were in the middle of a white block, and if Mom didn't figure out how to get all of them home, so
it was probably Macy's would only carry toys around Christmas.
I'm not sure about that. This one had a pretty extensive section. I remember
the toy section.
I remember the Hot Wheels on the wall. I remember Matchbox on the wall.
Some did have toys departments.
Yeah.
Department stores back then were one-stop shopping.
This one was not, thankfully, one of the places.
Man, one of my earliest memories is around Christmas time. It was probably around 75, 76, going into Woolworths. And Woolworths here in Delaware, they had diners. Above the diner doorway, they had a Christmas display. And on the Christmas display, there were all box Megos lined up. And I still remember seeing the box Dr. Lizard. And, it was like, it made such an impact, me being 4 or 5 years old. I'm like, it was crazy.
I have this memory of the world's greatest superheroes kind of disappeared for a while in my neck of the woods. Like all we got was Hulk and Spider-Man for a couple of years. And we got a new department store in town. The Hudson's Bay opened up, and my mom, we had to go to the grand opening. And, I'm wandering around, and it's 1978. I turn a corner, and there's a world's greatest superhero counter display.
Oh, wow.
Like I hadn't seen one of these in years. It was Mint. It was probably the Green Arrow, Shazam, and Iron Man. And I was going nuts because I had never seen some of these characters. And I started catastrophizing in my head. Like my mom's like, I have one. What am I going to do? And I guess like my mom and my sister turn the corner and I'm just crying. And they're like, well, what are you doing? And it's like, and I can't. And like, because I just knew my back on this, it would be gone the next time we showed.
Yeah.
It was, by the way. But I did end up with Iron Man. That's awesome. I just remember, like, I got to pick one, And it was tough because, like, Shazam but that memory, that display box, which I didn't see a lot of as a kid. I don't know why it was there, but because it was 1978, it's a little late in the game. They were going to carded figures at that time, but I'll never forget.
I remember every single one of those boxes, every single display box, even the females. I vividly remember. I remember the monsters, the best of the West. I remember counting. I was sitting there. I just remember a counter and seeing. I know it was the world's greatest. And then there was something next to it. I think it was the Super Gals, but I remember counting like why, I was thinking to myself, well, I'm getting Batman and Robin and there's a lot of Superman. There's not too many of this, so I was like strategically like trying to pin my mom down for which, I'm pretty sure Batman and Robin came that day. But eventually Batman, I'm a Batman fan. He's always been my favorite hero, no matter what. It's always been Batman and Robin, Scooby-Doo, and all that. That early Saturday morning stuff helped out with, bringing that into the Super Friends. Of course, I was too young for the 60s, the 1968 Batman cartoon shorts and the Superman and all that in Teen Titans. I didn't even know that existed. point is, when I finally got Superman, who was not my favorite character, I don't know why, but it was a solid box, and I remember pulling it out. It was just so vivid, and it was just so it popped so much more than Batman ever could, and I couldn't figure it out. But it was just like it was like, as a kid, I was thinking like, God, this is beautiful. I didn't even want to take it out and play with it, and it was just amazing. I don't even know have anything else to say, but that was a vivid memory for me. Going back, see, Paul stepped out. I had a couple things. Johnny asked, when do we expect these figures to hit retail? But obviously, we'll wait for Paul on that.
Yeah, like, didn't he kind of say like fall maybe? Or
wow, okay,
those would be nice little Christmas gifts.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Sure. Yeah, well, I may have misspoken, so let's not put words in his mouth. But I thought he said somewhere like, that they originally came out in October, and maybe they're gunning for that. But,
Gotcha.
Somebody just asked me if I had the Mego Museum post queued up. No, I wrote it on the fly. It's very poorly written.
The other things that I'm seeing a lot of are guys. I'm assuming they're maybe a little bit younger than myself and Kevin, but maybe closer to Brian and Frank's age. But anyway, they're saying how excited their kids are going to be, or how excited they're going to be getting this for their kids.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Nice,
and I think that's really cool, in a nice sentimental type of way.
I mean, I personally have 2 young nephews, and I will definitely be hooking them both up with all 4. You know what I mean? So that's going to be cool to see them play with those.
Joel just confirmed it will be fall.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joel. There you go.
Yep. Yeah, there it is. I just put it up there. Joe, we're gonna have to get you to subscribe to the Mego YouTube thing, so that way we can see your.
Oh yeah. His name come up. I can't wait to get that new Aquaman in my hand.
Wow.
Are you gonna do yellow sleeves and yellow legging?
Oh yeah. Leggings and yellow leggings and green trunks.
Okay, so
right.
Is that now making a counterfeit? Or is that,
I was kidding.
Well, no, seriously. As I said about nylon shorts, are nylon shorts part of it?
Yeah.
Is that something you want, that would really set it off? Robin quickly ditched the removable mask. I always thought everybody wants them.
Right.
Does the painted mask look better? Certainly easier. But
I mean, look at it this way. I mean, do the ones with the removable masks, and then next wave come out with them with the painted masks. I mean, I'd buy both of them.
Yes. There's a small group who will buy a lot. Or buy whatever we put out. You want to make sure that what you put out, doesn't get. Oh yeah, they did that already. Okay.
Right.
There's a lot of characters.
Oh yeah.
That I've always wanted to do. Heck, I was showing these guys. Look, we already have these boxes done for some of these characters, and they're like, "Well, Mego didn't make that? No, Mego didn't." It's like,
okay,
but this is what our customizing has been.
Yeah,
over all these years, So it's simply a matter of there's what I'd like to make, and then what would sell.
Right.
You have to go with characters that, like Elongated Man.
Yeah.
I said that name, and Bruce laughed and said, "Really? There's a superhero named Elongated Man?" Yeah. He's just like Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
He was like, "Who?"
Yeah.
I go, "Oh, sorry, you don't know about him yet. You all know Thanos now.
Yeah.
But you don't know Reed Richards." Okay, I'll come back.
How that works.
Yeah. But yeah, the Elongated Man, I just don't see us doing him.
I I'm glad.
We'll cross that one off. We'll cross that one off.
Justice League, but he's in the Justice League. You know,
there goes my hope for a booster goal.
Just don't see it. You know. Yeah, there goes your whole lineup. Yeah,
hey, my favorite DC hero is Animal Man, and I know it'll never happen.
For the 90s, he was hot for like 15 minutes.
I know.
Yeah, he
It
was
cool to be a fan.
Yeah.
I want to point out real quick, guys. Sorry to interrupt. Of course, everybody out there that's watching, if you like the content, if you like what we're doing, if you want to know more about official Mego stuff, please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, you can find real Mego news on Mego Ambassador, Marty Abrams, of course, the official Mego Corp, Mego Mania, the Mego Museum. Where else? What else we got?
Mego Corp, Twitter, Instagram.
Right, Twitter, Instagram. Exactly.
TikTok too. Yep.
Yeah, you're going to find out some really interesting news about Mego on TikTok.
Well, if we put it up there, you know.
I'll have to get my daughter to tell me what's going on.
Videos.
Yeah,
me too.
I can't even figure out how to watch a whole video on TikTok.
I don't think that's possible. That's why they're like 10 seconds.
My daughter
they're meant to be that?
Yeah.
They're meant to be that.
Oh,
doing it right.
I thought I was just not able to access. All I saw was the preview.
The
Right.
5 minutes in the morning when my daughter comes in with her TikTok on, I am my blood pressure goes like this.
It's their world, Brian.
I know.
Yeah.
We're the Bridgers.
Oh,
we spend half our lives in one century, half our lives in the other.
Yeah.
Our kids. My kids are 21st century people.
Oh yeah.
I try not to judge them because it'd be like 19th century people judging us.
Well, but somebody just put blip verts on there, and it's exactly what the people predicted the future would look like in Max Headroom and stuff. Is people walking around watching something that doesn't make sense to us.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh wow, I'm living in this. Like
It's gonna be a nightmare.
And people are dressing, like the kids dressed. Oh god, this is bad. But they dress like an 80s movie would predict how people would dress in the future.
Right.
Some things have come true.
Yeah. So Roberta, what do you think about the return of these of the world's greatest superheroes? I mean, are you looking forward to anyone in particular?
Oh, definitely. I'll just take them all. I'll take them all.
Yeah,
That's the way it is on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, having the Batman and Robin would be great, and the Aquaman. I wish it would be Jason, but it's not going to be him. Okay,
Jason's
hot.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, no, that's going to be great because I didn't have them.
Yeah.
So now I get to have them now, and I'm glad that it's it's going to have the window front so that we can see it. So those of us who did not take them out of the box will be able to enjoy them.
So I could just.
We lost you.
If you don't open them, why am I wasting time on articulation?
It could just be a photograph.
One day I might do that.
Right.
Everything.
One day you get
enjoy
drunk and rip them all
everybody's
open.
videos on it.
Yeah, right.
But boxes are the best thing. Like cards, I get, but boxes,
that's the both.
The only person that knows you opened it is you.
Yeah,
so,
right.
We know, Brian. We know.
And the Lord
prayed for a box that was never opened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
Never touched by human hands.
Roberta, what is, because I know you're a little bit younger, but between you and your husband, what is, like you got the Joe set, you're gonna have the Ghostbusters coming, and now you just found out about these retro, because I know you guys are into that retro stuff. So on a level of like importance, how are you going to rate this?
Well, I'm a DC fan also. Okay. So definitely any of the DC, I mean, that's going to be high on my list on there. But it's going to be anything Mego. I mean, you guys, Frank got me into the Planet of the Apes Mego.
Yay.
So now I've got to have those.
We need everyone to be.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
All the apes we can get.
Yep.
And I mean, there's very few because I mean, we like the Universal monsters and the Hammer monsters. So, I mean, it's just a little bit of everything. I mean, I don't think there's one thing that I haven't liked so far.
Yeah. Very cool. I'm excited for the possibilities, man. I mean, I'm going to go fanboy here, but I want Plastic Man. I want Red Tornado. I want Dr. Fate. Hawkman. Come on now.
Plastic Man makes more sense than Elongated Man.
You know?
Oh, yeah. He had a cartoon show. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I mean, this is real fanboy stuff, you know. Yeah. I'm like, I've got a list. I mean, you know, these guys. Well, what do you think of the top 100 DC characters? Oh, would you like the list?
Yeah.
I did it while I was at the dentist. Here's the top 100 Marvel characters. Here's top 100 Star Trek. Here's
yeah.
So
here's the top 20.
Johnny Double make your top DC?
Yeah. But
Challenges of the Unknown.
I'd love to do the Golden Age Flash and Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Once you put them out, you're kind of saying we're done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The numbers drop, you know.
Right.
Yeah, the Justice Society has very vocal fans.
But it's like Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah.
We're going to try to put out a comic, and it didn't work again. You know, it didn't work. So, you know.
Yeah. I actually, there's a really famous Legion of Superheroes podcast, and it's run by a guy I went to high school with. And, you know, we spent 4 years of high school together. I never knew he even collected comics. It's really weird. Like, we've been talking back and forth nowadays, and it's like, how come we never like talked about this? And, you know,
because in high school it was shameful, and you had to.
Oh yeah, it was kept on the DL. Yeah,
superhero T-shirts of like Adam Warlock.
Well, they were hard to find. Anyway,
album covers.
That's true. That's true too. Yeah.
So you had to signal each other.
Well, you know, you say that, Paul, and on my honeymoon, I was wearing a Green Lantern T-shirt to a restaurant, and the waiter came over and said, "I just wanted to show you something." And he pulled up his arm, and he had the Superman logo tattooed on his arm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And because back then it was so weird to see a guy in a superhero shirt. Like, that was like, you know, that was like 22 years ago. But nowadays it's so commonplace. You know,
it's almost like it's the norm now. You know.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. And I'm not complaining about it, but it used to be weird to see a guy in a superhero shirt. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think? You Superman?
Or
I don't know. You're wearing a Mets jersey. Do you think you play with the Mets?
I grew up. I grew up with if you were a girl or if you were a woman, you know, this was, you know, not, you know, there. I don't think there was one female I grew up with that was into comic books, superheroes. That was kid stuff.
Oh, really?
Bottom line, kids. Well, back then, you know, and then. As you can see now, that's obviously that's changed and for the better. You know, now we can enjoy.
At our local comic store, there was a girl who collected comics. We all crushed on her, and we were all terrified of her because she was just she was just way more confident than any of us, because she could just march right into a stinky comic store full of guys, pick up a file, and walk out the door. You know,
queen of the nerds.
Yeah, but she also knew it, and she was smart, and I really admired her, and I like to think I raised someone just like her.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, but now it's cool to be a nerd.
No, I know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but now like
definitely.
It's almost meta. Like my kids like into like bands that suck, you know, like so I don't even understand what's going on anymore. And it seems to be done ironically and
yeah.
I like those bands. I really do. I think a lot of effort goes into making stuff sound bad. You know, it's not. I mean, it's not as easy as it think. You know, as you might think.
No, I'm talking about like Korn and you know. Anyway, new metal. Like it's weird. Anyway, I'm not talking about people. What are we doing? I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my girlfriend. I know I never get tired of telling this story. My girlfriend for my 18th birthday gave me Superman, Spider-Man, Captain America Megos from Toys R Us because she said, "I know you like comic books."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "You got me Megos.
Yeah.
You opened Pandora's box."
Very cool. Yep.
I mean,
Hey,
I can drive.
were they just the regular cards, Paul? Do you remember?
Yeah,
They
Toys
were
R Us.
okay.
$3.79.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I immediately
Nice.
opened them.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't
Nice.
think twice, and threw the boxes in the garbage.
Wow.
If I could go back 40 years, I'd tell myself, "Don't do that.
Yeah, right.
Hold on to those cards."
No. Exactly.
But I have not let those out of my sight in 40 years.
Yeah.
They're always
Very
on
cool.
display right in front of me. The only time they were out of my sight was when they're at Marty's house.
Yeah.
For the Toys That Made Us documentary.
Right. Oh, that's cool.
Because I brought everything I had to his house.
Okay.
Because he called me up and said, "Well, they're coming to my house to do this documentary. They think I have all this stuff all over the house."
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "I don't have anything, but I know you do. So bring your dining room over to my house
Yeah.
and set it all up like this is how I live."
Yeah.
Okay. I went to my friend at Mucktime Toys and said, "You have Micronauts?" He's, "Oh yeah, in the boxes."
Yeah.
So I came in with his Micronauts.
Okay.
So the video guy spent half an hour or so just photographing or filming all the toys.
Yeah.
They're like, "This is so cool. You never get to see Megos complete."
I've talked to a lot of former Mego people, and none of them, like, I'll ask them, "Did you keep anything?" They always say, "Yeah, I have a Wizard of Oz set." Like that's the
cool
thing they thought was cool, and they never kept superheroes or apes or any of that stuff. I find that really funny.
It's just a job.
Yeah.
Joel has a question that he wants to throw out just for the audience to respond. He said, Paul, you showed him who Scarecrow was today.
Oh yes,
from Batman villain. And he wants to know what is a typical response. What do people think of Scarecrow, the Batman villain? Is he popular? Do you like it? Do you want to see it as a Mego? That's Joel's question to everybody watching right now. If you want to throw that answer out there,
I think it would be a cool one to see in a world's greatest supervillains.
He was part of Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
So, he definitely has. He was the main villain in Batman Begins.
Yep.
And he's definitely a lot cooler looking than the Wizard of Oz Scarecrow.
Oh yeah.
Well,
and he never
slow
gets
down.
done.
Yeah.
Well, that was definitely one of the ones I put out as this is a good character.
Yeah, it's very recognizable. I don't know what I would choose as his look.
Yeah.
Because he's had a lot of looks, but he definitely is a good character.
Silver Age.
Silver Age, yeah. Okay.
Rule of thumb, go Silver Age.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, unless they look stupid. And listen, sometimes you get a costume look later,
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Look at Manhunter.
Yeah.
Like 70s Manhunter. It's like,
oh, come on, it's Simonson.
Are you going to a parade?
Big sleeves.
Yeah.
Right.
Something you'd never wear out to fight crime.
No, you'd hurt yourself going through a door. And I'm just trying to think.
So
I would love Amigo Clayface.
I know.
Clayface would be interesting.
Wow.
Somebody just mentioned Mr. Freeze would be pretty cool too.
Yep. So we never had we never had a Mr. Freeze period, but never had a comic book version. I don't think anybody's made an actual comic book version.
Actually,
I think
I researched Mr. Freeze when he was called Mr. Zero.
Right.
And looking at there's really not. It was really the animated series that really defined him best.
Yeah. Well, they did a great job.
Before that, he kind of varied a lot. The 66 TV show gave him a decent look.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things where you kind of look at it and go, what's the best look for this guy?
Yeah. Yeah. Just like Scarecrow. He's got so many looks. What's the most iconic, recognizable? And Killer Moth. You guys have got to be looking at Killer Moth.
Brian, I was on a panel at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
When we announced the Mattel DC superheroes.
Yeah.
And the Four Horsemen are there. The guys that sculpt the DC Universe stuff. They're beautiful 6-inch line. And some guy came up and he went, well, last year I was here asking you to make Killer Moth.
I know who that is.
And they were like, we did. We made it. We took the risk and we made it. And they said, that's not the version I want. And I'm like, that's fame right there in the toy business, you know.
Yeah.
You made your dreams come true, kid. Nah, that's not the one I want.
Well, the usual response is, you go, look, we made this figure you've always wanted, and the person goes, great. Now, if you could just do, that's done.
That's done. Yep. On to the next. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
Joel's got another question. He says, we are getting a lot of anime requests from retailers. He said, I know it's not our genre, but could be fantastic in opening a new Mego generation. And if so, which properties should we look at?
Well, you've already hit one.
You have to know anime.
I think a really big one now is Demon Slayer. If I'm not mistaken, I think the main character is a female character. That seems to be pretty big.
I mean, do you go full anime where you got the exaggerated, looking figures or heads and whatnot? I know very little about it. Sailor Moon, like Lonnie.
I personally think you should kind of a mix, like a little bit kind of capture the anime, but kind of keep kind of a Mego look too. That's just me. I mean, people are throwing some really good ones out there though. Cowboy Bebop, Vampire Hunter D is a good one. Gotcha Man, of course. I mean, who the heck doesn't want Gotcha Man in Battle of the Planets?
Yeah.
That's not a new generation thing though.
Because
Gotcha Man,
you're right.
Gotcha Man has its own new show called Gotcha Man. I can't remember what it's called. It has nothing to do.
Okay.
Like I remember. Gotcha Man. It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
We're kind of like the old man's Gotcha Man, which sucks. But I wish I could say a few years ago I could have given some anime ideas because my daughter was in her phase, but now I don't know.
There's one called Seven Deadly Sins that's got a pretty good following. It's not bad. My daughter watches it. It's a nice one.
But
I watch it myself.
But just because your daughter watches it doesn't make it a good property.
No, I know that
the problem with the anime people is they can be into one show,
right,
and not another. Like they don't cross over.
Yeah,
it is very segmented. Yep.
But Mike Hero Academia was really popular.
Yeah, and McFarlane grabbed that.
Did they? Okay, yeah. I don't pay attention to good stuff.
And it's sitting in Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Years and years ago.
Produced or the demand wasn't what they thought it was going to be.
Years and years ago, I picked up a license for an anime show at work, and I was told this is going to be gold. Mattel picked up it. It was called One Piece. It was about pirates.
Which
I picked it. It bombed hard as a toy line, and I just paid the people off. Like, yeah, we're not going to make it. Here's your $2,000. And because it flopped so hard that I felt really unconfident about it.
But One Piece is a huge anime.
It is
anime property. It is one of the ones I'd say, go for that. And where's the fan base?
Yeah.
There is this company that puts out cheap tchotchkes of a lot of anime.
Yeah.
Their whole job is to get in, get out.
How did Airbender do? How did Aang do, Paul?
I don't know. I never see the sales data.
Right.
Okay.
I don't,
somebody's asking more Airbender.
But nobody ever offers it, so I don't,
I mean, I think the figure turned out great. The head sculpt looks great. I think did it
do enough to get a second dance at the prom, right.
It's really well received at shows with like younger people.
That's what you were saying.
It's
maybe Joel wants to explain that one, but until I'm clear to talk about it, I can't.
Oh, 10-4. I got you. Yeah, I'm not trying to. Yeah, I think I'm watching. I'm reading these comments, and I think there's like a balance. There's like a general consensus of like if you go just like the Star Trek doing the lower decks and stuff like that. If you go towards that direction, I think fan base is worried that you're going to get stuck there and you're going to abandon where we're at now. Just like some people, as much as we're thrilled about the going back for the 50th anniversary, they're concerned that you're going to get stuck there and you're going to see no more new character development as far as like realism is concerned with the versus like that old nostalgic cartoony oven mitt type thing. And I want to field that question to all of you guys and see what your opinions are.
I like the fact that they're doing that because as someone who got into this later, it's very expensive to try to go back and get the vintage Megos. And this has given me the opportunity of having those without having to pay that higher price. Yes, it's not the very original, but it allows me to expand my collection so that I have those figures.
Yeah.
It's a very good point. What do you say, Kevin?
I just think it speaks to what they've done so far in 4 years, 16 waves.
Right, but
this is what I'm saying. 4 years, 16 waves. I don't think anything's got swallowed up. I don't think anything's got paid less attention to. So going back vintage and still continuing with the high articulation stuff, I don't think it's going to get lost at all. I think there's room for all of it.
Yeah, I would agree with you,
Brian. Brian, how do you think?
Yeah, I think it's first of all, like I'm a vintage guy at heart, but I don't have any problems with reproductions, and because they're gateways to new collectors and keeping the interest alive. And I see this as a signal boost, and I can't wait to see window boxed Megos at my Toys R Us. That's going to be a real.
Yep.
That's going to be a real exciting day. But yeah, I view this as something that it would be money on the table to leave it out because it's the 50th anniversary and it's a good idea. And so many companies, like you look at Hasbro, they tried to do the removable mask, and then Mattel with Paul did it, but just do the original. So yeah, I don't have any issues with it. I think it's a good idea. And
that was
what's that?
I was just that was that what you said about boosting the signal. That was a good metaphor. Very good way to put that.
Somebody's grocery shopping at Walmart and they go by and they see a Mego that they had as a kid and they haven't thought of it in 25 years and it looks just like the one they had as a kid.
Yeah.
Well, you just made a new fan. And we all have our story. Yeah, we have Toys R Us here in Canada. Someone just asked me that. We all have our story, what reconnected us. And we all know that it's going to bring new people to the table. And that's great.
Frank, how do you see it?
I mean, really the same way everybody's talking about it. I mean, to me, I think it's a phenomenal idea. It's no brainer with the 50th anniversary. It's going to grab a lot of people's attention, whereas maybe some of the past offerings haven't yet for whatever reason. But I think, I think it's going to appeal to people who had Mego growing up. I think when you look at those world's greatest superhero boxes with your core DC characters, I think it's going to appeal to kids. I mean, I really do. And I think there's room within, this new landscape where you can have the retro look box figures like the originals, and we can still do these type of guys too. I mean, there's room for all of it, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's like having one foot in the past and one foot in the future. And
exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's something for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, like I look at a lot of the waves and I go, well, I don't care about that. And I don't care about that. Somebody else does.
Yeah.
So that's, that's what it's supposed to be about,
Yep, exactly. And who's to say, we're not going to get box world's greatest superhero characters of even more elaborate new DC characters. I mean, you don't know. You know what I mean? It's like you'll have the best of both worlds there.
I cannot wait for the reproduction, Mr. Mixel.
No. I draw the line at Mixelplick. Nope, I bought them years ago.
I'm going to start texting you now.
I know.
Right. Uh-huh.
Listen, if I really had to do them, gun to the head, you're going to do Mixelplicks? Great. Then we're doing the smirking face.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Then you do the one that people would say, well, I never saw that one.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I'm not interested in, this is my perfect hermetically sealed case that has these perfect original figures.
Yeah.
That's great for that guy, but most of us don't have it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want these things to be museum pieces. I want them to be out there. I want to reach a new generation. I want them to feel like they got in on the good stuff.
You're championing the format, not the. Yeah, I get that a lot.
But I want to see. Look, retailers call the tune.
Yeah, of course.
Retailers say, "Yeah, that old stuff didn't sell."
Right.
So
move on.
Another. I agree. Another Joel question that he wants, and these are more specific. He wants us to reply, but this is more specific to the audience. And this is a pretty good one. And Joel says, he goes, most of what we do is licensed. Of course, you all know that. But what about the generic characters? What about the what the hell? What's the term?
Well, you're non-licensed. Non-licensed.
Public domain.
Public domain.
Yep.
And that sort. What if any characters would people want to see? Now he prefaced this by saying not just monsters, almost anything but monsters. Where I mean anybody could throw that dart and pretty much pick one or two things out. But if you had to think of something, what public domain, like Sherlock Holmes, would that be considered public
that's
domain?
the first one that came up to me.
That's a cool one. That's a cool one.
Paul Bunyan.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. Well, yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
Part is
Gumby. Okay. Well, no.
Robin Hood.
Listen, Cowboys,
Pirates.
Jet Jungle.
Figures that Mego ever made.
Davy Crockett.
They were only in production for a year.
Yeah, they're
Zorro. Blackbeard.
Zorro's not public domain.
Zorro's not public domain.
Yeah. Well, I'm just what people are saying. Ancient Egyptian gods.
How many do I put down for?
Not just Sherlock Holmes, but a 14-inch Sherlock Holmes. That'll solve the crime.
And an 8-inch Watson.
Somebody said Musketeers.
Someone's got King Arthur.
Yeah.
I mean, medieval stuff starting to come back.
I was a history major. I would love to be doing Crusades.
Vikings.
Doing conquistadors.
Vikings.
Oh, you could do Joan of Arc.
I could do anything that's over 100 years old, but will you buy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
The knights were the most beautiful things Mego ever made.
Right.
They were not popular. They didn't sell well.
Yeah.
And even today, you can find them in the box a lot of times.
Yep.
They're expensive.
Yeah, I think a lot of doll collectors bought them.
Is Abe Vigoda a public domain?
No.
Now.
No, he has an estate.
Yeah.
There you go. Vikings would be cool.
Is he dead? Did he finally die?
He did finally pass away.
Did he?
I don't mean to sound crass, but
No.
Yeah.
I can't keep track of who's alive and dead anymore.
Yeah, no, the website is finally just says you remember that Abe Vigoda website that said still alive?
Still alive.
Right.
It changed.
I can't keep up with these comments. I mean, they're coming in too fast now.
It's going to be everything that anybody ever thought of,
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of the ones
I love the idea of going back to the Storm Shadow, generic ninjas.
Yeah,
would be kind of cool.
Yep.
Don't give them any ideas. All they have to do is take the logo off.
Hey,
generic ninjas are
red ninja, a black ninja. There you
go. Yeah.
I mean, it's so tied to the '80s and that culture, and I want some. So
what's great is there's a lot more avenues now to get product out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's no longer Walmart and Target ruling the roost. But it's also not what it used to be with a lot of department stores and small retailers and mass market, 5 and 10s. So we're seeing a big change in the retail market because the way you guys buy is changing. It's only the old guys that are still complaining that they can't get everything on an end cap in a major store.
Yeah, I know. It's
just the world we live in today.
Well, I'm an old man that still thinks when he needs something to go to a store.
Yeah.
My kids just turn around and order something on Amazon and it shows up the next day.
Yep.
Yeah, you're missing out, Paul.
Why do you go to the store to get? If you need Scotch tape, why don't you just order it?
Yeah.
I go, no, I have to get in the car and drive to Staples and go pick it up.
Well, I have that whole baby wants it now thing. Like tomorrow, no, I need it right now. But
right.
Yeah, I get where they're coming from.
Yeah. I mean, it is going to be cool to see those heroes, at a store.
Seeing stuff in a store is really cool. Like I went into a comic shop on the weekend on Mother's Day, and it was just a sea of Mego.
Yes,
I didn't need anything. I didn't. Yeah. I had all the stuff I wanted, but it's just like, yay! Like, look at this stuff.
Okay, Joel's got one more, and I think after this we're gonna probably we've been on an hour and a half. Joel's got one more quick one. He goes. He said, while we're on the subject, what about sports figures?
Oh yeah.
What are people interested in?
I'm in for sports figures. Listen, you can't go better than some Yankee legends. Even some of the new guys.
Michael Jordan.
Listen, in New York, Jordan. There you go. Aaron Judge figure right
He's a basketball man, right?
Yeah.
I was born without a sports gene. I mean, I played some, but I don't follow it. And
you got a couple of guys now playing in New York who are close to the center of the baseball universe in Aaron Judge and Pete Alonso over with the Mets.
Yep.
And I think not just that, but I mean, even trying to get in something with Major League Baseball or with the teams themselves, when they do these giveaways for the first 15,000 people come get an Aaron Judge Mego. Boom, you sold your 15,000 right there to the New York Yankees.
Even the NBA is ultra popular, uber popular in that too.
So here's my thing about sports. Here's my opinion. You know how far Big Jim can throw a football? Do you have any idea? How about hit a baseball with that bat? Do you have any idea? He can't. As a kid with that stupid football uniform and just for the guy being that big and bulky, he sure did suck at sports because he couldn't hold a football. He can't in one hand hold the bat. It just doesn't swing right.
Yeah, but his karate was
his karate skills.
His science was tight.
He did have some bad karate skills. Yeah. That karate chop was on point.
And breaking the iron band off his bicep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was very good at that.
Yeah.
He could break board. He could.
He could go out in a snowstorm in just his little shorts on.
Yeah, that's right.
Camper.
Yeah,
I got Big Jim in his camper for Christmas Day in a blizzard.
Yeah.
And he was out there in the snow with just his little shorts on. Didn't complain a bit.
There you go. Guys, we've been on for an hour and a half. The big reveal was I have pictures, but I didn't forget. I just didn't load them up. So let's go ahead and let's show our trailer again. Now I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. By the way, Paul, give them the backstory about the music that we heard with.
Okay. So the music comes from the Batman and Robin commercial. Mego commercial where they're the Penguin and the Riddler and the Batmobile, and you see the kids throw the Batmobile right off a cliff, and the Bat Cycle goes right off a cliff, to a 20-foot drop. I worked with a guy who was a musician, and I said to him, "Gee, I'd love to get this music, without the narration."
Right.
And he came in the next day, hands me an MP3 file. He goes, "Here you go. I did it last night." And that's what you hear. I've been sitting on this for over 10 years, waiting for this day.
Biding your time.
Biding my time. Knew this day would come.
Yep,
so we're gonna go ahead and rerun my video on the fly. Okay. And we can you can talk while this is playing because your audio can be heard. So if you guys want to throw it in, this was tonight's reveal. This is Paul's little secret he's been holding on to for a long time, and he's been waiting half his life to be able to play this MP3 thing, which does sound really good. And here we go.
All right.
The dramatic fade in.
There you go. Very cool.
It's still not over.
The world's greatest superhero collection.
Still not over. There you go. There's the announcement.
Very cool.
And there you have it. Joel had this this little comment. I like my new name. I'm going with this. Scout Brown. I'm Scout.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
You could do worse.
That's true. Could be
Very
snot. That was something that happened before.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys. Oh, by the way, Jason is he's still alive and kicking. He had some rough weather in his area, and so the internet was too spotty to get on. And he wishes everybody have a good night, which I'm sure we all did, and he will see us next time.
Cool.
Having said that, I think it's time to go around the room with some final thoughts. And Frank, we're going to do you last, or Paul, because I know you're going to push something.
Yep.
But Roberta, let's start with you.
I just want to thank Mego for bringing this new hobby to me on there. Of course, it's costing me money and everything, but it's so worth it. Everything, the program, the product is great and everything. So I'm happy with it.
Awesome. All right, big guy, Big Kev.
Listen, as always, I've been happy from the beginning. I like where it started. I like where it's going. Every time now there's something coming that's going to surprise you. So, there's no such thing as less is more. More is more. Bring it on.
Very nice. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to let Brian, Paul, and Frank take us out. But as always, guys, thanks for tuning into this. It's always fun to do these, and it's especially always fun when there's something brand new. And actually tonight's announcement, I only knew, a very short time before. So it was a little bit extra exciting for me tonight as well. Frank, Paul, Roberta, Kevin, Brian, I appreciate all of you guys so much. And irregardless of this beast social media, I consider all you guys friends, and this is fun. This is my sandbox, and I love, playing with everybody here. Joel, Jason, and everybody else, Rob, everybody else that's involved. Yep. Be sure to get this awesome, amazing collaboration. Somebody, I think MC Fish out there, wanted to know where these figures came from. This is a collaboration that Hasbro did with G.I. Joe. Hasbro did with Mego, and it's Mego versions of Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. That's all I got. You guys fight it out with who wants to go next.
I'll go. I don't care. It's good with me. Hey, I just want to, thank everybody on the panel for joining. Thank everybody out there who tuned in. We greatly appreciate it. And just take a moment and just think about where we're at with Mego. I mean, I used to, growing up when Mego wasn't a thing anymore, I used to dream about this. I mean, I literally dreamt about Mego coming back, and and now that we're able to do stuff like this, and now the world's greatest superheroes coming back, it's like, it's just awesome. I mean, what else can you say? It's just terrific. Just again, thank you guys. The G.I. Joes are available on Hasbro Pulse. Your Ghostbuster set's available on Hasbro Pulse. I wouldn't wait on either one of those. If you have an interest, I would order it while you still can. What else we got? Make sure you're following, Mego on TikTok, on Instagram, on what else? Twitter. There's all original content being shown on there. Just me on a personal level. If you guys need any figures, Wave 14, Wave 15, older stuff, hit me up. You guys know how to contact me. But again, thanks, guys. Appreciate everything.
All right, Brian, Paul, it's up to you. Who wants to go?
I'll go. I don't mind. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. I'm glad I came tonight. And Paul, Joel, congratulations on the 50th and bringing the world's greatest superheroes back. I can't believe I'm sitting here doing this. I mean, this is what we've talked about and dreamed about since I first logged on to AOL. And this is almost dreamlike. And I'm really happy that I came, and I'm glad to be here. And congratulations, guys! Your hard work's paying off.
Excellent. Paul, you're taking it out, buddy.
Okay, well, I knew this day would come. I've been waiting for this day for 25 years, and I am thrilled. I am the happiest boy alive. Every day I bolt out of bed to get to work. It's as cool as you think it is. It's really fun, and it's great. And I know you guys. I've talked to you all over the years. I know what you want. I know what you like. And I also we got to reach out to a younger generation. We got to bring in more people. So tell two friends, have them tell two friends, and we are going to pull back the action figure market to 8 inches cloth.
Yes.
Awesome.
Great.
And
that's
leave
right.
Super
That's
7
what
in the
I'm
dust.
talking about.
They're little plasticky guys. All right. Well, have a good night.
All right, guys.
All right, everybody.
Hey, thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Enjoy the rest of the weekend.